YouTube. I'm here back with another video. I'm making these bears, these little cuddly bears. And yeah, I think they're beautiful. They're good for a bed buddy for a little kid or even an adult because I love them. They're so cuddly and soft, and then I put baby clothes on them so they can look just like little children. And I'll tell y'all the story behind my teddy bear. So this is the pattern. I'm about to sew it together. And the story behind my teddy bears is a pretty long story. A pretty long story that I've been keeping to myself. I really just need to share it with someone because it begins to bother me. So yeah, and I would like the whole world to know about my story. So I'm kind of shy, but I'm gonna go ahead and start this story off. Well, in 1999, I started working for a foster care agency. And I'm not going to name any of them. I'm not going to name them, but I have fostered over 50 or 60 children over the years. And my biological son, I could tell you his name. His name was Justin, and Justin died of cancer when he was 7 years old, and up at the University Hospital, the kids side over there. And so, and then I became a foster parent. And so I want to change these children's life, and so I gave them the best of, life. The ones that came to me, I tried to be the best parent that they ever could have, and I always told my children, blood don't make a family. It doesn't make a family at all. It's about loving and caring about who you with and treat them as your family, who God sent to you. And so I always live by those standards. It don't take blood to make a family. And so I was a foster parent for like 20 some years. And so out of all those years, I was a foster parent. And I'm not going to call in the agency, but anyways, so this particular agency I had went to and I fostered, I say about 20 or 30 kids through this agency. And so me and my husband, we got married, and he became a foster parent. So we was together he was a foster parent for like 7 years after we got married and everything. He was a foster parent for 7 years. We even adopted a son named Brian. I'm not going to tell you any last names. But Brian, he was blind, and then he also had cancer. So, but he wanted a mommy and a daddy before he left this world. And so me and my husband, we adopted Brian, and we adopted Brian in 2016, and Brian died in 2017. And so, And so we were still working with this foster program and everything. And I mean, it's really sad because it hurts my heart because um this agency called me and my husband. It's like 7 years my husband was a foster parent, and they call us in the middle of the night to take these three teenage girls in. So the type of heart that me and my husband have, we took them in and everything, and we kept them. They stayed in our household for a whole year. After that night that we took them in the rain and the storm, they came to us in the rain and the storm, and make a long story short, and we took all three of them in because we didn't want to break them up. So we took all of them in, and they stayed there a year after they came to our home. But this is the disturbing part of this whole situation, is where I'm trying to go. The agency that we was working for, they do background checks on you. They do fingerprints. They really know everything about you before you become a foster parent. So I kind of felt, I felt real funny, and weird that one day they call a meeting, just after a random meeting out the blue, and I went to the meeting and everything. I kind of felt weird when I went to the meeting and everything. So I went up there, and they told me when I went up there that they was gonna close my home. They closed our home, and I was wondering why they was closing our home. You know, after all those years, I was a foster parent with them, and I did everything by the book. We did everything by the books and everything. You know what they come to tell me? That my husband had something on his background. Uh, you know, young people, they sell drugs. They have sold drugs and stuff like that. But I don't feel like, my husband like 40 some years old, and I feel like that what happened when he was a teenager should reflect on his life, like right now. And I feel like they was wrong because they closed my home and they certified my husband as a foster parent, and we adopted Brian and everything, and they just let us went on thinking everything was okay. Then at the drop of the hat, they closed my home for in my eyesight for no reason, because it'll be different if something was different on your background, but it wasn't. And I feel like that they was wrong for that. So you guys tell me if they was wrong for that or not.